Hi, my name is Tova du Plessis. I'm from South Africa and live in Philadelphia now. I own a bakery, actually a Jewish-style bakery in Philly, and we've been open just over 2 years. So what does it mean to be Jewish? For me, it's a really tough question. It's a hard one. I had to think about it a lot. I feel like it's something that it is a question that I do instinctively know the answer for, but I do think that the answer is very different to if you ask my parents or generations before me. For me, being Jewish really is cultural. That's how I would describe it. It's not, for me, the Jewish experience is not religious. I'm not a big believer in being observant, or that being observant or sticking to halakha is a way to grow closer to God or spirituality. I really believe that Judaism can give you a great foundation for your moral code, and it could really provide you that guidance in your life for what is right and wrong. But I think that is something that you develop in yourself. And for me in my life, I follow the moral code that I believe in. However, Judaism is cultural to me because there are all these traditions that have been passed down through so many generations over thousands of years. And so I do feel a responsibility to preserve that. And I do see how my lack of religious identity, quote unquote, would perhaps jeopardize the longevity of these traditions. And that's why I do like to embrace tradition and try to keep them going, and that is something I would want to pass on to my daughter. And those things would be celebrating the holidays and celebrating Shabbat, but in our way and how we choose to. For me, of course, I really appreciate the food that comes with our culture, and as you can tell, when I decided to open a business in the food industry, that was one of the goals, was sort of preserving these foods that I grew up with that I loved. And so they're nostalgic for me, and they are part of my Jewish identity, actually. And it's something that I love to share with everybody, Jewish and not Jewish. And living Jewish to my parents and to many others, I grew up in an Orthodox community in South Africa, was joining a synagogue and becoming friends with those people in that synagogue and sending your kids to the school in that synagogue. And it came with this incredible sense of community, but it also comes with a lot of isolation and believing that you're maybe different or better or separate. And what I love about the life that I live in Philadelphia is that, or I guess how I've chosen to live my life, is that I haven't chosen this community that all share one thing. I love to have friends that have different cultures, different backgrounds, different religions, races, different countries of origin, and that's I think brought so much value to my life, is discovering other cultures and other people, and also discovering that we totally relate, that there are things that we just relate with each other on a human level. And I want my daughter to have that experience, relating to people on a human level, and believing in herself, being a good person, not because she's Jewish, but because she's a good person. So for me, that's a part of the Jewish experience, is actually being inclusive and kind of reaching out to people of all religions, cultures, and saying, we're all alike, and nobody's better than anyone. So and it's for that reason, actually, that I don't market my business to a Jewish community. In fact, I market it to my community, which is my city, my neighborhood, and all the people in it.